Hey guys, Pete the Great. I did my live reaction to the One Piece chapter 855 about what was it, like 8 hours ago, and now I'm about to do my review. So, the chapter starts off with us seeing Bobbin officially be introduced to us, like having this character box. And quite frankly, I was a bit surprised of how low his bounty was. I mean, considering uh, Usopp's bounty is above him, and I know it's only because of God Usopp, but like considering Usopp's bounty is ahead of him, Sanji's bounty is ahead of him, and he's a third in command. Um, Robin's bounty is like 25 million above under him, and Brooke and Frankie, they're like all within 100 million berry range from Bobbin, which kind of surprised me considering like Big Mom seemed to trust him. So yeah, that was a big surprise to me. 155. Like I wasn't expecting like him to be like I heard some people say, oh Peckham's Bobbin is actually Katakuri, but yeah, I wasn't expecting that. I was just expecting I don't know, 200 million at the very least. I mean, it's so underwhelming now, especially considering like we've had Jack's bounty, we've had like bounties that are really high, and then you show us this 155 million guy. And I mean, at the same time, maybe it's because, I mean, he puts people to sleep, I guess that's his power because he does that to quell the angst that was rising in Big Mom's soldier ranks. So maybe like no one ever saw what he does for Big Mom. So his bounty is super low, but he's actually kind of strong. But then again, he really looks like that kick just hurt him a lot. Yeah, so that was the first page. He says that even Hell's Demon make appearances at Big Mom's tea party. As in, I think he's talking about Sanji, and he's saying basically he's gonna fix this because his name is Bobbin the Fixer. That's why I'm saying he's probably that low key guy that goes places and like no one remembers because he just wrecks the place, or he just really sucks. But I don't think it's the case. But it would kind of be a theme. You see, like he follows the theme of not telling Big Mom anything. I mean, he could have told her like, "Oh, Sanji kicked me and he's going places," But he says, "I will fix this," kind of like how Smoothie said that don't bother Big Mom with it. It's like the whole crew basically they worry for like Big Mom's well being because well when she gets angry, I mean obviously well we all know what happens and people lose years of their lives and yeah even our children. So yeah, that's the first page. Then well at the bottom of the first page I think yeah we get introduced to Big Mom's sleeping quarters, and oh my god, that was for me that was the highlight of the chapter. The whole rescue Brooke thing, like oh my god, I never cracked up so much. Like I mean, if you watch my live reaction, I mean, I spent what 12 like 10 to 12 minutes on those panels because they were just so funny. I mean, first time you see Brooke and he's sleeping in Big Mom's like hands, like he's basically Big Mom's body pillow, which I found funny. Uh, anyways, for personal reasons, but whatever. Then they all see him and they're like, "Oh my god, what the fuck?" But then they notice like, how is Brooke so like he was so peaceful. He looked like he was in bed with like his babe, and it's funny because Brooke is 9 feet tall. So for Big Mom to be able to just hold him in her hands. Like we got a glimpse of what it's like to be with Big Mom. So that's why I'm like, I'm not sure a lot of husbands, you know. It would kind of be weird because I mean, yeah, she has a lot of children, but did they really you know like hook up, or does she have like this weird guy that has an ability that manages to like, I don't know. Oh, you want a child with him? Okay, you boo. I don't know, but damn, I mean, laying in bed with her, like unless you's a giant, like I mean, I get it why she wants like this whole Caesar drug to make giants because goddamn, Brooke is amongst the tallest humans we've met, and he's a dwarf. He's in her hands. He's in her hands like he's nothing. And even that guy that she was with, Lola's dad, he's okay. Maybe he's taller than Luffy, but not considerably. Not I'm sorry, he's not considerably taller than Brook. Yeah, he's considerably taller than Luffy, but Luffy's short. So like even him in bed with Big Mom, I mean, I just don't get the mechanics, but whatever. I mean, fuck, if that's her hand, yo, I mean that down there must be. Anyways, let's not talk about that. So yeah, basically they see Brooke, and then Brooke Brooke proceeds to there's a fly. I think it's them. I'm not sure if it's them or if it's an actual fly. Because I mean she's so big maybe that they look like flies. But yeah. Basically Brooke, Big Mom, and everyone they wake up when Brooke sees a fly. When Big Mom sees a fly, she goes like and then she swats it down, and then Brooke goes like, "What? What is this? Oh, a fly? Oh, okay." And he falls back asleep like he was literally with his boo. And then we get Zeus, Prometheus, and what's his name? Zeus, Prometheus, and the Hat Dude. Okay, and basically we learned that the Hat Dude like has a sword that just pops out of his helmet, whatever, and um they basically overkill's not even the word. Like Zeus sends out lightning bolts, Prometheus sends out fire, and the Hat stabs them stabs the fly, and then they just all go peacefully back to sleep. They're like, "How dare you disrupt Mama's sleep, you freaking fly!" And then it's just blah, 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 blah. And you're like, "What the fuck? What the fuck just happened?" And that's what. And then Nami, Chopper, and everyone they're seeing this. They're like, "Oh my god!" And you just got Jinbei in the back staring blankly. I mean, Jinbei and Robin, they got the same kind of humor going on. So that's why I think it's funny because like everyone's like overreacting, and Robin and Jinbei are basically the kind of people that will be on Stride ship and just be like, yeah, same old, same old. And then what follows is a series of attempts at like getting Brooke, but every time Big Mom wakes up and like she thinks it's a fly, so she swats it down. Uh, And the first time, Chopper just sneezed like a dumb fuck. Yo, Chopper can't do anything right these times, man. Oh my god. I mean, the brulee thing, I personally give more to Carrot than to Chopper, but it's whatever. So then I think it's Carrot too. She gets like a skeleton and some seaweed and a skull, and she basically says, "Okay, this is gonna be fake Brook, right?" And we're like, yeah, okay. So they try and like swap the real Brook and the fake Brook, and this is with a real Brook, fake Brook. This is Big Mom, so they go like whoop, and then Big Mom just cuddles with the fake. That was their whole plan. Turns out, uh, they go to bring it, but when they bring Brook, Brook wakes up and he's so scared. He just yells, "Yeah, a ghost!" And they almost get killed. But Jinbei comes in and saves Nami and Brooke and everyone. And then, like, Brooke is like, "Oh my god, you scared me," and then Nami's like, "But you scared us," and then it was funny. And I think this chapter is gonna be a good chapter for filler in the anime. That's gonna be like filler, but not actual filler. Like they had 3 attempts. Maybe in the anime they'll have like 5 or like 9. But like I think that's good stretching. So I mean I'm okay with that. And yeah, so after that, basically they're all like, "Oh yeah, we saved you. I'm just glad you're alive." Pedro's been saying that the whole time, like, "I'm glad you're alive." Then he's like, sorry because he feels like he put Brooke in a suicidal mission. And then Brooke's like, "Nah, man, you're right." He basically proceeds to like say to what's his name? He basically proceeds to say to uh Pedro, like, "Don't worry about it, like, we're good." But while doing that, he's basically he opens up his skull and says, like, "Hey, here you go, Nami." Then he keeps on talking to Pedro like nothing, like nothing happened. Then everyone's like, "Are those are those?" And he's like, "Huh? Yeah, those are the poneglyph rubbings I got." Then there's like everyone's like, "What, you managed to get them?" He's like, "Well, yeah, man. I mean, fuck." And he goes like, "Oh man, just my luck. I finish, and then Big Mom comes in of all people." And I'm like, yo, Brooke realizes that it's important, but Brooke doesn't give a fuck. It's just like, yo, here, I did my job. And then everyone's like, "Oh my god," and like, yeah, what you expect? I do my job. And I mean I kinda like that because Brooke's my guy. And actually I mentioned in my live reaction how I tried to start up a channel a few years back and it was called Dead Bones Brook. So, like, Brooks really my guy, and to see him do this, I was really happy. That's why I spent a lot of time on those panels because I mean it's been a long time since I've seen Brooke um, do that much, and that's why I spent a lot of time on those panels. Um, sorry. Then no, I'm just watching. I'm just looking at the chapter. So yeah, basically they attempt. They manage to save him, and then you got Sanji. You got Sanji in the middle, who we see is looking for Luffy, and Luffy, while getting to the spot, has been beating beating Big Mom's soldiers in the rain and being hungry, and like you see just this trail of bodies. I mean, damn, Luffy hungry did that. I mean, yo, like it would have taken him 5 seconds if he wasn't that hungry, but so Sanji's basically looking for him, but he can't find him. It's like, "Hey, I thought we were supposed to meet at this place," and he's looking for him, can't find him. And yeah, basically we see those panels of voices like, "Oh, Strad's there," no, no, no. And I think it's just Sanji like imagining what happened. Then at the end of the chapter, we get the reason why the chapter is called Growl. Growl with like growl. At first I thought it was Peckham's. I mean, because he goes like "Garr," and I thought that was like the English translation of it. But then I realized that that was the stomach noise Luffy made. The stomach growled, and yeah, if I was an anglophone first, I probably would have got that. But I'm a francophone, then an anglophone, so yeah, I totally like I totally went. I didn't know it was gonna go that way. Sorry. Um. So then we see Sanji, and he finds Luffy, and Luffy looks like he's about to die. Really, if Sanji doesn't, I don't want Sanji to talk to him to be like, "Hey," I just want Sanji to stuff the food in Luffy's mouth, wait for him to just proceed to devour it, and then maybe talk to him. Because I mean, it wouldn't be credible if he just went like, "Hey," and Luffy was like, "Oh my god," and he jumps in. No, no, feed him first. Or I could see something like he tries to feed he says Luffy, Luffy goes like, "Oh my god, Sanji," and then collapses, and then or remembers that he's hungry, and then Sanji gives him the food, that would be okay. But like, I feel like the food is the first thing Sanji should give Luffy before giving him maybe an apology or something. But knowing Luffy, Sanji's gonna try and apologize. Luffy gonna be like, "Shut up! I know why you did this. It's okay." So yeah, that's basically the progression. And as Nami stated, like everyone's safe now. The only thing they need is to get Sanji, and since Luffy, well, basically after he eats, Luffy will be with Sanji and fully rested. I think, yeah, fully rested. I think well the Strats are looking pretty good. Like they're not in any dire situation, which is a good thing, which means that when the wedding occurs, maybe they could just leave now. I mean, I don't know if the mirror world connects to everything in Whole Cake Island, but if the mirror world does, I mean, basically they could just ask the mirrors, "Hey, where the fuck is Sanji?" Or Nami maybe knows where Sanji is. I mean, that's the first place I'd go. You know that Luffy's gonna be there, so at the very least, you get Luffy back, and he's your captain, and then you find Sanji. So, I think the Strats are actually gonna leave pretty soon, and then maybe we won't even get to see the wedding. Maybe all we'll see is putting it stood up at the aisle, which would be this that would be good. That would be good because Big Mom would just kill everyone, like everyone that hid stuff from her children. She'll kill the Germa thinking it's them. Sh Big Mom's about to go savage mode, and I like that because she's been looking like she's been in a fairy tale for the past few chapters. Like, oh, yay, my plan's gonna go. And no, your plan's not gonna go all well. I mean, obviously, uh, well, as you can see now, the Strats, they had another thing coming. You know, they managed to get away from Big Mom, and I think this chapter was pretty much like one of the last chapters of the arc. I mean, I don't see the arc going any longer unless Bobbin catches up to Sanji. Bobbin fights Sanji, manages to capture him, bring him back, but then Luffy and everyone are there. And are they gonna go wedding crasher
Hey
mode?
guys, sorry. Someone knocked at my door, so I couldn't. I couldn't keep recording. Um, so as I was saying before, yeah, they're gonna be wedding crashers. Um, also, I think that the arc is almost over, as I said, and that that being said, I only think that because of what Oda said. He said that there would be three arcs in 2017, and if there's gonna be three arcs, and the Reverie I'm guessing is gonna be a kind of like Zoe or a bit shorter than Zoe, so I mean the whole Cake Island arc could go on for a lot more than 10 chapters, but with Oda's breaks, 10 chapters is 3 months and a half ish. 3 months, like, or maybe 3 months and a week. So I think that's very plausible that in 10 chapters this arc might be over. Maybe in 15. I really don't see it having another 20 chapters in him. So, yeah, I think that Big Mom is probably going to be upset that Sanji's not there for the wedding. She's gonna go in for the rage. The crew, the controller, are gonna give her the cake anyways. She's gonna calm down. She's gonna be like, "Oh, you know what? Screw the wedding. I still want to open that tomate box." She's gonna open the box. Kaboom, kablow. The Germa is gonna be probably dead or flee and resent Sanji and hunt him down. And then Luffy would have made another enemy, and yeah, and that's maybe how we get to learn a bit more about Vegapunk, because we know that Judge worked with Vegapunk, so maybe we'll learn a bit more from him if we get more exposed to Judge. And Yeah, so Big Mom will lose the Germa, because they won't find Sanjay in the morning and they'll just dip. I mean, you're not gonna go through with the wedding if you can't find the groom and you're the family and you know you're in enemy territory. I'd be them. I'd just dip. I'd just dip using some tech and like I don't know, not cloning themselves, but using some tech to act like they're still there, but like they're not really there. Maybe that's what they're gonna do. I mean, they're technologically savvy, so perhaps they already have that kind of automaton that's like not really the brightest guy, but he's still an automatic. He'll respond if you talk to him and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much what I think is gonna happen. Either the Germa die or they escape before the wedding, and all we see is Big Mom's rage. We see thunderclouds and fire and all that. But I really do think that the Strats pulled a fast one on Big Mom in this chapter, like a big fast one. They got Brooke. Brooke got the poneglyphs. I don't even know how he hid those big ass papers in his head, but whatever. I mean, he has a big afro. Maybe it was there, but So, wait, what else? So with all that being said, I personally think that we get 10 to 15 more chapters of Whole Cake Island. Then about 15 chapters of 15 to 20 chapters of Reverie, and then we start Wano really late in the year. So comment the way you think the show's gonna go in the next year. Like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you guys later. Ciao.